Good evening, this is Nerfed Human, and welcome back to our Rebels campaign here on Rome Total War. And you join me with Athmos the Great and his band of merry men as they head forth to get vengeance on the Pontic scum who killed Naos not only one episode ago, 2 episodes ago now. We really need to get on with that. But last time we managed to go and start that good old campaign, and Syra and Brutus have fallen. Who took Syra anyway? I think that was Ahmos again. I've given this one to Brutus, Cassius Brutus, I think, who was potentially the best one in that battle. Titus Brutus? I don't know. It's been named after those lads anyway. They've done some of the work. So we'll give them something, eh? But yes, Ahmos heading on with Steve to go and knock down the walls and smash up all of the Pontic cities. Tarsus soon to fall. We have Desakenthos over there to deal with that. And all of his Egyptian chariots and horse archers. That should be good fun. But the most important thing of all, Spartacus is heading up towards the Parthians to take care of them. But good news, I separated a unit and we have a new captain, Bagabusha. So Bagabusha will be a great city under our control before too long. We do need, though, to train up an army for their battle. So we'll get a few more horse archers. And we'll see about that. This lad does have some units as well. You know what, we'll bleed this town dry a little bit. It's actually really close to growing, but it's fine. We'll send some men over the border, and in time, that will be a-okay. So, yes, we will see if we can just get some men to come and sort that one out. In fact, yes, you might as well go and do that. No? No, apparently, I can't afford it. Okay, well, we'll go and sort that problem out in time. But anyway, Bagabusha can go be taken back, which is going to make me very, very happy indeed. It looks like Armenia might be one of the last to fall. We will see about that over here in Hispania. Scalabis is going to be taken on by Captain Decimus, who's over there. We have good old Balshik Sika, who, I'll be honest, this guy might just start destroying whole entire armies by himself because he has 9 experience, 104-man general. With eyes like that, who can argue that isn't going to go magnificently well? And of course, Calpurnius Lol is on his way, Xenophanes Lol is on his way to Carthagonova. Yes, apparently it's supposed to be Isle, but if you choose this font, really, that's what you get. So he's been called Lol, and he's going to go head down to Carthagonova with a load of Spanish mercs. That should be marvellous. Over in the Gallic lands, Ribadi Giscor, more of the Carthaginian, I was going to say turncoats. They didn't sound bad. No, they've joined the Rebel Anarchy. They are magnificent heroes. They're over there in Lemon Town, and I think it's time for a good friend, Decimus the Wrathful. Yes, I think it's time for him to bring his wrath on the world, because he's sat in here for 15 years, since he turned 16. He's been sat over here fighting off Gallic armies. And you know what? We have a few reinforcements here, which will be very nice. It would be good if we could get him some javelins, because he has no missiles at all, which is probably one of the few reasons we haven't bothered putting this into a bridge battle. To be honest, I've kind of just been enjoying the city battles over there. It's been good fun. But yes, some javelins, maybe not the worst idea. So, you know what? Yeah, let's go grab some of Velete, and we'll head over there along with some Illyrians. That would be good. Okay, we'll get those guys on the boats over in that direction if I manage to, click buttons correctly. If I ever manage to click anyway. So we'll get on with that in time. That'll be a-okay. We've got the boats generally in position, so that's absolutely fine. But yes, I feel like we're going to start smashing these guys up. Germania and Scythia might take just that little bit longer, though. Although, must be said, Scythia are pretty much dealing with Germania for me. There's not an awful lot left of their towns at this point. Damn, the capital hasn't been taken by us, but the rest of those German towns have had a good battering at this stage. So there we go. Dacia just getting poked, but nothing too much to note on that front. And of course, the spy is heading up towards Hyperborea to try and get some Amazonian chariot flips by flipping over that city. Oh yes, and of course this Greek lad going to eventually take the battle over to Tenay. A rather quiet end turn, which is interesting. Desakenthos looking for a lad to come join him now. I assume that's this guy. Yes, indeed, he's got himself a young chap here. Don't ask about his relationship with this man. He definitely definitely are just friends and definitely were when he was a teenager. So with that though, this guy might just inherit the very silly army which is getting ready over here. Oh, that looks absolutely magnificent. Would like some more chariots though, but for the time being we will stock up with the horse archers. Yes, okay, fine. We might need to be sending them. I think we'll just go conquer Armenia with horse archers. That'd be quite good fun, wouldn't it? Just drown them in ironic arrows. Lovely. In the meantime, though, we can get people into position. So Desacanthos over here. That could be a fun town to bleed our entire army into. City is open. That could be funny. Probably a horrendous decision. So we'll leave that for the time being. We'll get some rams and then we'll go and do it. Very good indeed. But I think, to be honest, we might as well just get ourselves straight into one of our battles here. Although I will... Is this their spy? 65%. That's pretty good. Down goes Spy McGee. Oh, very nice to kill a spy. That's normally pretty darn tough. Oh, I like that. Very, very much indeed. So we'll get you around that part of the world. But yes, Ahmose, get yourself into Mazaka. And you can put that under siege. We will hire up some random mercenaries, a good pile of money in the kitty. Interns do give us decent amounts, by the way. Most of our money is obviously just kind of left plugging up, you know, like all the building slots with more and more chariots and horse archers, all of that kind of lovely stuff. But we've got plenty of sieges to get on with, so I think we'll start... Yes, piling in on all of these. You're not going to make it there this turn. No army meeting us in the field over there. Numantia, that looks like a simple enough one to start us off. And yes, I think we'll just head into this one and get Luca the Brave slaughtered. With the Rams breaking down the gateway, then they seem to have ran away. Luckily, we have ourselves a fairly organised unit here. They're well trained enough, just about. A couple of them are a bit stupid, but yeah, they're actually leaving a gap for the cavalry to run through, which is always lovely to see. So we can put this guy's mettle to the test. Is that the phrase? Anyway, we're going to go with that phrase. Let's get ourselves charging in. There's the cav, they're mostly there. Anyway, it's Rem Total War. We don't need too much of a run-up for it, although there's a bit of pathfinding issues to do. We need to blow the Horn of Destiny, lads. You like to think you wouldn't need to be... Are we going to charge? There's the charge. That's how you get 9 experience. You trick them. Lovely stuff. So, okay. Seems like we should be overwhelming this unit pretty quick, although we have lost quite a few men, it should be said. I don't know if this guy has any extra traits, by the way, for like Scarred and whatnot. He has 9 experience, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, he's getting to the front, so he's going to have some experience of getting poked, but yeah, he's done a bit of killing there. Very nice indeed. So not too shabby. Let's just say charge towards the next general, but we should probably get organised before we do that. Let's get ourselves into position and charge into him. Well, apparently he's a brave lad, but he's standing behind his skirmishers right now, which is a little bit pathetic, isn't it? And I don't think I sent the general onto the Horn of Destiny there, so he might be a little bit exposed. So I'm going to say yes. Let's pull out, and we're going to take on this general properly, sir. Come on, we want to have a proper fight. It does seem like, yes, they're going to get pulled into this. So I'm going to say turn around, blow the Horn of Destiny. Where exactly are you? I don't know. He's going to die, isn't he? Probably he's going to die. So whereabouts are you? Oh, he's run straight into them. What a cocking hero. He's probably a cocking idiot. But, oh, that's their general, not ours. That's very nice to see. And it looks like, yeah, he's taken out the enemy general. We'll let the infantry... Should we let the infantry finish this job? Yeah, we'll pull him out for now. You've killed the general. Good snipe, sir. The general's running right through the middle of all of them because he's a lunatic. Maybe he's gained a bit of hubris here at this point. So I tell you what, we'll let the other general do some work as well. We'll bring in the cav and we'll drown them in cavalry. So blow that horn and charge on in, finish him off. What have they got left on the plaza, by the way? 1 unit warband. Okay, well, a good charge might actually do for them. We'll send the extra cav just to kind of help finishing them off, but I think we'll be a-okay. You know what, I remembered that we have some slings, so we might as well throw some slings at these guys. That will pull them off the plaza. Get the Iberians to charge them down. You lads, you can run off home and be safe. if you want to. They're just standing there. Apparently they don't want to be safe. They want to be slapped in the head. But they did the job. Excellent work, lads. Very nice job. And with that, I guess we'll just claim official victory, shall we? So we're in the battle there. And I'll be honest, lads, you lost a lot more than I was expecting. But you know what? Decent enough job. Well, he's picked up a barbarian slave, and he has got been in the wars, which I don't know that he had before. I also don't suspect we're going to stay Roman for very long, so I'm just going to say, yes, let's just get all of that done immediately. Big line on of his starty. Excellent job. Next up is Lemon Town, with an army full of cavalry taking on an army of spears, but they're just rubbish, non-speary spears. It'll be fine. And of course the impetuous fools have left the safety of the plaza and they've got themselves in a terrible, terrible position. So let's go and get our guys. Yep, right in behind them. That will be excellent. Cavalry are now arriving en masse to completely eviscerate them all. And I would say at this point, lads, you might as well all just get straight on in and plough them into the earth. Because to be honest, that's what they deserve. So we're going to get ourselves all nicely lined up here. General McGee needs to try and learn how to fight. So he's going to pile on in as well. Nice little charge, I guess. But he might as well pull back and do another one. So we'll just get him into a better position. Is that the general about to die? It looks like it. Well done, sir. They really, really want to get involved here today, do our generals. And I'm not sure, sir, that's the most sensible plan. Luckily for him, no, he's dead. So, well done, sir. He was useless. He decided he wanted to stay in the middle of that fight. Brilliant stuff. So yes, we're going to go see if characters can build their own stories here today. And as it turns out, most of them are already routing, which is particularly impressive. This army has been a cocking joke. But they're Carthaginian in the middle of France. It wasn't it. Wow, are they actually all just... No, it's just the infantry that's breaking. But it is half the cavalry as well. There's like 5 men left. That's just spectacular, lads. I'm impressed. I don't know how you managed to almost lose this, but they're running away as victory is confirmed. Absolute cocking nonsense. I love it. And with that then, a useless leader is dead, another town is enslaved, and this gets named after the guy who actually survived the battle. Ivomagos. Okay, Ivomagos. So, he gets to have that town, and we're immediately going to sod off. Although, we'd probably leave someone behind. So, since you guys want to run away, you have to stay there now. Very nice indeed. The army's not done itself very proud, it should be said. So, okay, fine. We're getting some of our guys back around the corner, of course. So, we'll get them there soon enough. Because, yes, with a little bit of... game manipulation where you can just get a little bit further on the boat, which frankly, as far as I'm concerned, makes a lot of sense. So yes, we're going to go and stand the army on the bridge these days. We'll just leave, just a few more of you behind. That would be absolutely magnificent. And we'll get ourselves onto the next bridge and we'll prepare ourselves for our next move. Going to say we will keep a random lad there with him. We will try and lop the head of this guy over here. We will fail miserably, of course. And we can only get diplomat here. That's just cocking excellent. Okay. So yes, I've just got a long line of buildings set up, which is partly where my money's going. A lot of these towns just have lines of buildings at this point. So yes, let's move over to this part of the world where we obviously have ourselves some very silly armies indeed. I'm going to say you, sir. Yeah, you might get the honour of heading towards the Pontic town where Naos died. That is, yes, a sad, sad event, but one that we can still make some joy out of. Heroic death then for Abaldi Gizgo, whoever he is, and a town expands. Very nice. We managed to just get enough population in here, which means that we can happily bleed it dry, because we did talk about that last time. And we do want to bring up an army to come and help with that battle. Of course, though, yes, we already have. Oh, they're going to come and take them on, aren't they? Well, if those reinforcements are distracted, then that's fine. But yes, good old Bagabusha is going to have some other forces join up with him. I really do want those chariots. They're actually quite useful, aren't they? So I'll decide what we're going to leave behind. Probably just those half camels. Okay, so Parthia are on their way to meet us. Gumata of Seleucia. Yes, he's laying his claims. Luckily for us, we've renamed it. So it's apparently Spartacus. It's probably supposed to be Spartacus, but you know what? We've already put up all the signs on the town now. Oh, you know what? Screw it. We're going to change it anyway. So we'll go and build ourselves a bazaar. And with that, then we're looking okay. We'll have this army go stand on the bridge for now. Good old Bagabusha. And we'll see if the reinforcements can actually make it there. Otherwise, I guess we're going to start sending some of these guys to come and help instead. We'll get them there in time. So maybe actually what we want here is some archers and some infantry to go and help that army out. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath, damn it. It's going to be wonderful. Time for Spartacus to earn his spurs. He's got himself a big battle against the Persians, including some of those cataphracts who have ploughed us into the ground many, many times before. So time for you to head on in. It's a fairly balanced force, to be fair, albeit not quite a full stack. Let's see how we get on. In we go to battle then. The onus is very much on them to come to us, so we are going to go and make them walk all the way through the hot sun to meet us. And Mr. General, you appear to be standing in the line right now, which doesn't seem too sensible. We will, though, go and meet up with those horse archers over there for a little bit of a skirmish. Very nice indeed. On loose formation for the moment, just to kind of get our missiles in, of course. But we might well need to go into a tight formation if they're going to charge us. So into tight, and we'll just swing on in, I would say, because we've got three of us. One of them, we will probably shred them. Got a little bit of a flank going on. Indeed, we have torn them asunder. So with that then, we'll get these two to stay on skirmish and get over. You're the ones who're supposed to go over there, you fools. Right, well, you failed to chase them down, which is just brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, go deal with the slingers since they're in a stupid position. We will use them to charge just because they are already wandering out of position, and it normally does the job, so why ever not? Indeed, there we go, it did the work. Got these guys charging across. We will probably shred them with the archers, actually. So you know what, you guys just go and stand there. That will be a-okay. Get on top of the next slingers because they're also getting themselves into a stupid position. Have lost a few archers here, but we have not quite broken them actually this time. Bit of a shame. Normally you manage it, but you didn't quite this time. Oh, pull out of there, lads. Pull out of there, lads. You're getting dealt with a horrible, horrible blow. But you can go and do some skirmishing. You guys charge into the hillmen, since they're right there. Might as well plough straight through. Into the general, please, Mr. Chariots. Yeah, go have some fun. These guys are trying to run away. That's probably a good idea, to be fair, but they are currently in a bit of a silly position. So I'm going to say archers, do us a lovely, lovely job. Maybe just a couple of you aim for the general and pull him into something stupid. So Arab Cav can just go and pull into the side of these guys. That should immediately break them, you think, but not quite actually. Interesting one. I'm going to leave them into that battle anyway. Chariots have done a good bit of work being annoying. That's basically their job. Lovely stuff. And the horse archers are they done horse archering? Looks like they're done horse archering. Get yourselves back here and mop things up. Oh, they're just being shot by slings. Absolutely lovely. That's what happens when you leave them alone, of course. So I'm going to tell them to charge into that unit, but they'll charge into that one instead. You know what? The Arab Cav are actually breaking the Eastern Infantry. That's excellently good fun. So we'll worry about that later. Get another Eastern Infantry into that position. These guys are just running forward like madmen. Charge into the hillmen. Looks like they're mostly already shredded. Eastern General's running away because he's a pathetic nonce. So we'll go and charge him down with these Cav. That'll be okay. Hopefully we'll be able to get on top of them pretty quick. Yep, there we go. Charge them down. The battle's already over because, yes, they decided to run away. But I would say, yes, General is not going to get away. Is he, lads? Is he? Please, don't let him. Because I would say this guy is potentially in big trouble. So, yes, just turn in onto him. You guys enter for the horse archers, that'll be a-okay. And the horse archers in the rear are doing some lovely, lovely work. General's running away. And I think at this point, yeah, we'll turn into the slingers. General is actually still running. Let's get Spartacus into the battle because he hasn't actually done anything yet at this point. Get on top of the general and take him down. Anyone want to... They're still not doing it, even though they're right on top of him. Anyone want to kill him? Please. Down he goes. Thank you, sir. Right, with that done, then our horse archers can go back onto skirmish. These guys are all going to run away, and we'll mop up whatever we can. Basically, Spartacus can come mop up the slingers. There's quite a lot of those guys, aren't there? But there won't be many in a minute. And with that, then, a lovely, lovely, pretty quick victory for Spartacus the Cold-Hearted. Pretty cold-hearted towards his horse archers, but aside from that, pretty darn nice job. Oh, very nice indeed. We've had ourselves a new general pop up, a rebellion of sorts, and it's this guy over here who wants the city of Philopatra back. Excellent stuff. Well, we might need some infantry to actually do this battle, so I tell you what, sir, you can come and join in. In fact, do you want to take over from this guy? You know what? You absolutely can. He's going to leave a few horse archers on the bridge, and we'll let you take over this little job over here. Lovely stuff. Okay, into Philopatra we go. There are some good experienced lads in that there battlefield. This guy actually sent the general just to kind of keep them safe from being attacked. Seems like that trick has worked. Very nice. And that means that we can get ourselves set up. City expands for Medio Victor. And yes, we can't actually expand it because it's barbarian, so that's quite fun. We still get the message though, so that's rather silly. All the units in the world have arrived here. We should probably sort them out. But more importantly, what I want to do now is get... Yeah, here are some more units, some lovely, lovely speary lads. And you know what, so you should probably do some merging and send some of these chaps back home. So I'm going to say you send them back home. That should leave you just enough spots to bring these guys with you. Very nice indeed. Now I should probably leave someone back home. I mean, you know what, he's going to bring his friends. He's going to bring his friends along on his good old Gallic murder holiday. We all got to do that, haven't we? So we'll leave these guys back in the city because they possibly are better off hanging out over there. We'll send him a couple of spies to keep him safe. But we do need to now head into a few towns. Scalabus first and foremost. I say that is actually the last in my mind. Mazaka, Mazaka, Mazaka. Yes, good old Parisades. It's going to go down with all the generals in the world. Let's head in. Time to head into the city then, and I'm going to say, yes, we just throw in all the generals and see what happens, eh? So, as ever, Ahmose is going to get stuck behind. That's fine, he's already proven himself. He's going to bring along his friends to see who is really worthy. So, yes, keep on piling on. Steve's already knocked down the gate. Good work, sir. There are some infantry on the plaza who could be interesting. This guy is going to get himself in big trouble, but you are an experienced lad, so maybe, just maybe, you can manage to do this. Okay, we shall see. Rashkos is dead. That's not that guy though. That's someone else. I don't really know who Rashkos is. So we will see if we can break this general. I mean, I do like the Eastern generals. They're one of the better ones. This guy's actually had someone else pile in front of him. I love how, yeah, good friends come to protect each other. This guy over here, one of those. This is this Steve over here. He's getting around the flanks. You see those two guys? Genius! And they managed to take him down. Very good work, lads. Very good work. So at this point then, this guy can charge on in as he's already dead, you know. He might as well be the one to sacrifice himself. But otherwise, everyone else, come on, get yourselves in line. Here we go then, line ourselves up on the plaza to take on some phalanx pikemen. So we'll see if this guy can, if these bodyguard can redeem themselves by taking him down. They are indeed quite desperately trying to take out a general at this point. We possibly should just make sure no one dies unnecessarily. To the No, I think he's going to do exactly what we're trying to avoid, which is... look, you already let your lad die. Do you want to please not let everyone else just pile in at this point, because these guys are utter fools and he wants to get in. You know what? I think that's Cassius. He wants to get on. And they're now longer in bike anyway, so we'll see what they can do. This guy, his bodyguard, are absolutely sodding useless. But it's always good to pile on in with all the generals. Can anyone take care of this army? Oh, I doubt it. I very much doubt it. And there is another big victory. Pretty darn clean victory. I thought those flank pikemen might cause some more problems, but really, just the one general lost. Fair enough. So another city enslaved, of course, and town grows. Great work. So yes, that's going to expand. We will deal with that one in time. Right, death for Rashkos, whoever he was. And yes, another city. Now, I really didn't check to see. Should we name this after him? You know what? We will. We will let you have one, sir. We'll let you have one. Because if nothing else, you clearly threw yourself into the depths of the battle. And I respect you for it, even if we're still getting barbarians everywhere. So, we all just retrain people. Steve getting himself a little upgrade. Very nice indeed. But elsewhere, we need to get something else done. Body slave for Ahmose. He's just, needs some help looking after himself in his old age. It's fair enough that you need a little bath and things. Spartacus the Raffle, you're not the true Spartacus, so you're dead. Excellent news. That guy's a murderer. Indeed, he literally is. So I'd say that was pretty darn true. As for the rest of this, I'm pretty certain my spies have been kicked out here a few times. They don't seem to have an agent there. They do have onagers though, which is interesting, and 6 experienced pajama men, which is impressive considering they don't normally actually do any fighting. So I'm going to say, yeah, there we go. Missed the target. There was definitely a spy in there, but we didn't manage to take him out. That is a shame. So yes, this is now barbarian. For whatever reason, bit of an annoyance. It is what it is. So do we send these guys in? Not quite yet. That's not really a run-in and charge kind of an army, unfortunately. But we do have more Romans heading this way, and a Aron over here is going to continue to charge on in and mop up some of the other people. We do have Tertius Piavonius, who gets to live in spite of me auto-resolving his battle again. He's just auto-resolving his way through all of this. He's doing a good job, to be fair. He's earned himself 2 terrible, I was going to say barbarian units, but they are, basically just I can't think the word now, but they're basically there to be killed, aren't they? That's essentially it. Eastern Turncoat, very nice indeed. And elsewhere, to be honest, we're just sending people to the grand new capital, Tomzantium, where Moses is hanging out these days. You see, all the celebrities are here. Lovely stuff. We've got sewers underway. We've got stone walls being built. And over here in Chersonesos, yeah, we have ourselves Egyptian chariots. Very nice. So we're going to send the army out. Thank you very much. And they're going to head over here in this direction, along with our Greek lad over here. Is he actually a Greek bodyguard? He's barbarian as well. Quite why we end up with barbarian warlords when we, when like, say, a Greek guy like that has converted. I don't know. Bit of a strange one, to be honest. Maybe it's just the top of the list in the files. I'm not sure about that. Maybe that is why that's happening. I will look into that. That could be of interest for the future. Still, we've got a few more sieges to get going with, so we'll get the spy back on into the town, into Brittany, and lovely holiday for us. Sure, we can walk straight in. We'll auto... This army was terrible last time, so fair enough. They are dead. It's more work for Decimus and his friends to get on with. That's absolutely a-okay. So we'll send Lol over here. That would be excellent. And the Numantia army. You, sir, what do I want you to do? Do I want you to go all the way over there? You know what? Yes, you can earn your spurs by going and dealing with that ridiculous town that we all love. That will be good. So we'll do a bit of merging. There will be room for you now. That's 2 experience on him. So a nice, very nice bit of, what you calls it over there. Now, this one's also open. That's also water resolve. See, this guy did the job. Well done, lads. And that might actually accidentally kill them off. I don't know. No, it hasn't. City expands. Tomzantium. Keep sending those slaves, baby. By slaves, I mean new people. Definitely not slaves. So, yes, Moses is going to continue the building projects that have been set up by our good old leader there. And we'll send a couple more spies in this direction. But I think we've got enough spies. I think we just need... Yes. I think we've got enough to be flipping things at this point. Almost every town now has a spy in and around it. Oh, yes, and of course, the most important thing after that last battle, Spartacus the Cold-Hearted can push his way towards Arsacia to hopefully end this menace, but not before Bagabusha is dealt with. So you know what, sir? You're going to move towards your town, and this lad with his reinforcements will soon come in to help you. Oh, magnificent stuff. Next on the agenda then, the Numidians, who need to go down here and now. They do have a reinforcement lad on the way. I don't want to do this in the field. I want this to be a silly, absolute massacre for all people involved. So we've got Hubal over here. I don't know why we're going for the Spanish accent today, but we just are. So there we are. We have some desert infantry, but they're a bit battered though. This guy, nothing too noteworthy about him. We do, of course, have a couple guys hanging out on Corsica. They're basically, Sardinia, sorry. They're basically our friends these days. They're kind of just an embassy over there in QQ. We're quite nice. They're going to join us very soon. Let's head on in. As you can probably imagine, we're going to start with a big old javelin off, and, well, all the rams in the world as well. We've got 3 at the front, a couple over here on this side, and a couple more over on this side. They aren't even bothering to try and defend this area, so that's good fun, isn't it? So yes, we'll just do as much slinging and javelining as you could possibly ever want or need, and hopefully we'll just overwhelm them with our magnificence. I sound like Jeremy Clarkson now. And you know what? I will take it. We will smash down the doors, and we will win with sheer power. Finally, ready to run on in, so we might as well go and do that. Yes, we do have ourselves a few more infantry who, to be honest, probably should just aim for the general. You'll get there eventually, chat. All of you, get in there and kill those desert infantry. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I can already see some routing over here. You get to have a good one-on-one. That's nice. Although, by one-on-one, I mean kind of like 2-on-1, because there's a significantly more of you. And it looks awfully like there's a big pile of dead cavalry over here. It's not that many, actually. Just a few dead cav. That's absolutely a-okay. Yes, they've had a bit of a javelin off over there, haven't they? But I think that will probably end well for us. So we're going to try and pile through Numidian cav. You are, of course, actually a fairly good unit. And we're using Iberian infantry, who are very much not a very good unit. But we do have some javelin men, and we also have some spearmen entering the gateway. If only these Iberian infantry would bother to go and fight. Go and fight, you plebs. Go and take him down. Where's the general, by the way? Because we need to go and kill him. He's over there. Let's get going, lads. Let's get going. These guys have done their job. Chasing them down to the plaza, please. These guys are also fighting the plaza in the world's longest queue for a fight. Lovely stuff. And it looks like we'll probably melt our way through them eventually. It's all in good fun. These guys need to earn it. Earn their place in the army, damn it. So let's say at this stage, we just tell the rest of these guys to go and throw themselves towards the general. We get this guy to come and help out with some of these lots. Yeah. You guys have totally got this. Let's head towards the general. It looks like they're falling apart like the proverbial cheese in pretty much every direction now. That is excellent news. So it's quite nice town actually. Oh, I like this. Look at the little random details we have here on Rome Total War. It's a bit pixely. I don't quite know if this is a burnt out tree or what, but it's nice. That's going to be my house very, very soon, so I look forward to that. It does look like we've got some of our cav, some of our good cav actually meeting them with the general, wasting their lives, but that's kind of the point. Turn up, get yourselves killed, and I'll be proud of you. So well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. Down goes the general, cut down by his own men. Well, by mercenaries of his own men anyway. So we're just going to tell everyone really to just pile on in to the centre. The centre will not hold, and okay, some of our centre will not hold either. But we're going to eventually push our way to the centre, probably. I suspect we'll make it. Will this guy make it? I don't know, actually. He's got involved in the bit of the battle that's been going wrong. And while we kill the general, actually, the unit hasn't melted. It's still fighting, which might be part of the problem, I suspect. So we'll see if he can make his way through all of this. We'll have a nice little explore of the town here, the Temple of Milk Cart. Oh, yes, the good old milk carts of trade. Those are excellent. They probably do very little around here. I'm not sure milk is going to survive too long on the journey, but we'll keep on trying to be traders. At some point when the anarchy's done, we'll need to do some of that. General is getting himself very far ahead of everyone else. Come and help these guys out, because there are actually some Iberian infantry back there. and the rest of the army can actually help you. That would be very nice, yes. So, okay, he might survive. If so, then well done, sir, because you are fighting valiantly. And to pretty much the last, because quite a lot of your men are dead at this point. But I'd say, yeah, you've done a very good job there. Javelin to finish off, and we've lost a fair few. But you know what? I'm proud enough of you guys. We've seen other people miserably fail. You're still alive, he says, as there's still a couple men left fighting. Oh, lovely. A victory for our random, apparently, barbarian warlord. So 1,110 kills, are there 800. We might forget a little bit of that in the history books. But, okay, not a bad job, lads. And with that then, of course, we can save the population. Of course, faction destroyed. Or Numidia, which means this lad can just plonk down a watchtower, because that's now your job. Enjoy your watchtower job. Oh, it's one of my favourite jobs in the game. But obviously that means, yes, our two ambassador friends over here, Reverend QQ, have finally joined us after 10,000 years of hanging around over here on this here isle. And there's actually a few missiles in come and help out the armies over there in the other part of the world. So we're going to leave behind just a few of these. This will get a full stack-ish. Very nice. Actually, does this go... Maybe someone stays behind to leave watchtowers over there, but there's not really much to watch out for. But I kind of like the visibility anyway, so I guess we'll deal with that in time. Okay, so there we are. We gained ourselves a little bit in terms of, yes, our command here. He's getting a couple of experience. So Decemius, you get to have the town. Good old Decemius. So you get yourself a city, build yourself the milk carts market of sorts. Very nice. We'll put low tax rate just to kind of get the population growing. We'll merge it all together. And to be honest, do any of you need to stick around? These guys are useful. These guys can be retrained pretty nicely. Some anti-cav, never a terrible idea. But the rest of you, do we even need you? I'm going to say you get to sod off. There we go. So we'll save some money by doing that. You guys can head off over here. In fact, I'm going to send the general off ahead. You head off to Helios. We'll find maybe a boat for you over to the north. Right here, there's a dark and misty isle in the distance. And before we end our turn, who can forget Admiral War, who's still doing some great work delivering Egyptian chariots over towards his good friend Ahmose. We're going to need some more chariots just to, yes, grease the wheels of the opponent's death. That's going to be lovely. And also just dropping off peasants who are being relocated to some lovely, lovely new climes. So yes, build ourselves a nice villa for all of our new peasant friends who have joined us over there. Yes, we're starting to get most of these growing now. Looks like Brutus needs a few men. So we'll find some more for you. There we go. You see, we're still training up some more men for all of this kind of a nonsense. So yes, get them all moving around. But at this point, by the way, we've got ourselves quite a few hoplites here in one of our few Greek towns. Oracle's just growing as well with its ridiculous force. We'll add these together to the hoplites. Don't you worry. They will be heading north in time. We just need a few turns to get that organised. So we'll see some more of the, yes, varied armies as time goes on. But I think it's time to end that turn. Oh yes, I forgot about good old Adelaide. He's got to deal with Duras and his army here. A bit of experience on them, many around, but I think we'll be okay. In many ways, it's a fairly predictable start to this here battle. We've got a ram with many a dead man around it. We've also got the general. He had been chasing our army off. One of our horse archers off for a little while. He's now decided to rejoin the battle, and our horse archers are going to stand behind them as they approach the plaza, and I don't think it's going to go too well for them, no. So actually, you guys, if you're not being chased by the general anymore, you might as well come back into the city. But yes, these guys are just getting shot down. There is the general coming back in this direction, though, chaps. So you might well be skirmishing again very soon. I'm not too worried about that. But basically, this should be fairly simple, you'd think. We're in a decent little position here. Illyrian mercenaries. I'm going to tell a couple of them just to kind of hold fire. To be honest, they're going to run in to their spiky deaths. So yes, they're going to get jabbed. They didn't even actually get the spikes. They already are running away. As the men come into the centre, there are some on the flanks. I did leave the Sarmatian mercenaries out here just for this purpose. So, down the hill we charge. These guys can just come in and close the gap from their section of gateway and plough them. Oh yeah, that's an instant rout. Absolutely magnificent. And okay, that's our cavalry at the gateway dealt with. I did leave like 4 of them over there. They seem to have unfortunately perished. Aside from the general, I don't think there's too much to worry about. With the Sarmatians running over to the other side, hopefully they'll be able to deal with these guys. For some reason they're in wedge. I don't remember telling them to do that, but you know what? We almost never do it, so we'll use it wholly ineffectively. Lovely stuff. I suspect that it will break them soon enough. That'll be fine. Mr. Adelaide over there can hopefully not die. Those horse archers are back to being chased by the general. I think everyone else, though, is pretty much already dead. Yeah, they're basically all gone. Down goes our general because that's just what's happening to everyone today. They're just getting themselves killed. Pathetic lads. There are a few Bastanes in there, sure, but the Sarmatians are the ones dealing with them. Ridiculous, chap. Ridiculous. Okay, fine. General's coming in over this way. I'm going to tell these Illyrians to come over here. And you guys can all just charge on into them because you've already run from them once. You might as well give it another go. These guys can indeed blow the horn off war cry. And this is turning into slightly more of a battle than it was supposed to be. So I'm going to say yes, you try not to get yourself immediately killed. But they'll probably jump down their warlord before too long because there's not actually any real battle going on here. Yeah, see, he's dead. Didn't really need to die, did you, Mr. General? But you failed to do anything useful, so you might as well at this point do something. So we've distracted Dacians long enough. General's dead. Everyone else is dead. They run into these guys when they flee. They're all gone. Another day, another dead general. Other than that, pretty darn efficient. But okay, we're starting to see who is our most chosen people, and it's not Mr. Adelaide. On the note of random men dying, it's time for the Greek lad to earn his spurs by taking on these guys. And he actually won, even though it's pretty 50-50. Shakes the mud off his boots. Maybe the odd skull as well. And with that, he's wrecked his army somewhat. But he's now got a city under siege. 7 noble archers. Scary. We can't do much about them now, can we? No. So we will see about that. Nonetheless, we will start to get some eyes on Themyscira, which is already revolting. Oh, that's lovely. That's not going to take much to push it over the line. Time, though, to get our good old heroes moving once again. So we'll leave those guys behind. There are some more mercenaries available to hire. Very nice indeed. Get these guys just to stroll towards Sinope. And that is excellent news because, yes, Philopatra can be dealt with and he can finish off the Pontics. Absolutely lovely. Perhaps more important, though, is Bagabusha taking on the city. Or Bagabusha. Who is Captain Gorbrus? What? That's not acceptable. That... Oh, for Pete's sake. When did the captain change? Okay, well, you know what? He was there. He's not as heroic as his earlier peoples. But, Bagabusha... You know what? As it turns out, it's Bagabusha. There we go. That's as many letters as it can handle. Well, we learned what that was. That's surprisingly long for an old game. Pretty nice. Okay. So we'll get ourselves a spy. Why not? Because we actually don't have that many in this part of the world. But yes, so the great cycle of Bagabushas has been complete. The grandchild of the original Bagabusha has turned up to go and take it back. Albeit he gave... He was humble. He gave over control over to someone else. Oh dear, that wasn't the plan at all. And Parthia want to do one last stand here. We've got Sisantaxmon of Labouche and Achaemenes who are going to take us on outside of Arsacia. Very nice. Spartacus wants a good fight, so he might regret losing those horse archers now. But I think he'll be absolutely A-OK. So let's head on in. Let's take him down. I'm very much a fan of charging straight into the general as they arrive, so in come the scythe chariots, of course, to cause as much damage as possible. And a big plough from the Arab cav is going to help out, I suppose. Horse archers are charging in as well. These guys getting around the rear. The general hasn't given up as quickly as I hoped, but he is dead, so that is a similar result, I suppose. So yes, horse archers, you were supposed to get into that corner to go and deal with those hillmen. Please go and indeed deal with them. They might well get enough men back to survive. Someone's fleeing over here and haven't even look to this part of the battle. Okay, very nice indeed. So yes, we have indeed taken up a position over here. We did start slightly down the hill, but it seems like we have that all under control now. Lovely stuff. So let's get these guys running into the rear. It doesn't really matter, not you. It doesn't really matter what happens to this army because we're going to go take the town and they will join us. But hillmen are running in. We might as well see the end of Parthia here. So yes, in come all the missiles, and I suppose if this guy dies, would that be the end? No, I think there's one down south actually, isn't there? That is absolutely true. Spartacus, he might need you to just support this flank here. Might just need a little bit of work. Thank you very much. Blew the Horn of Destiny. He's all the way back there. Still commanding his men because he knows that is, of course, very, very, very important. He is now going to join in, be shot in the back by flaming arrows, which would be hilarious if that's how he died. And I would say at this point, lads, to be honest, we probably just need to, like, you know, send units across the line because that's kind of most of them aren't doing anything, to be honest with you. So yes, you will shoot the general, you shoot at those slingers back there, and you shoot who's right in front of us. That'd be lovely. If the cavalry would like to come help, that would be excellent, to be honest. Yeah, at this point, these guys don't know what they want to do. We'll just line up a new nice charge. All of the missiles do their work down the hill anyway. Oh, crispy, crispy pajama men. What more could you ask for? You know what we could ask for? An Eastern infantry charge! And a general charge with the Horn of Destiny. And with that, you like to think that these guys are going to give up. Indeed, Spartacus has routed them good and proper. And with that, basically, it's the general who needs to go down because everyone else is already running away. Down he goes. And victory and glory is ours. Well, that was pretty darn cold-hearted, Spartacus. They are absolutely destroyed. And thus, with the taking of Arsacia, the great city of, well, we'll call it the city of cold-hearted. That makes very little sense, and very little sense in terms of me typing it wrong. But we will go with that. We will build a silky road, and indeed, faction has been destroyed. Down goes Parthia. And for the rest of today, yes, we're just really just lining up the end now of Pontus, who do seem to have wandered out of the city, which seems very silly of them, and the Seleucids, who of course are, well, they've been beaten back a little while now, but they are just hanging around and slowly dying. So yes, with Admiral Ward dropping off more units, they can hang out outside the city. That would be absolutely grand. Philippatra 2 turns away. Yes, I think it's time for Akhmos the Great to immediately then get straight into this set of units. I think they're all mine, by the way. I think this place is basically rebelling. 60%. Okay, it was about 30 last turn, so they probably killed enough people to get away with that. We'll go kill that captain before we get on with the battle. So let's go and take them down. And, well, we don't really know what the rest of it is. Well, we just looked at the city. We basically know. Let's head in, Akhmos. This battle should be interesting then. They are on a pretty darn chunky hill, and we're going to have to go and deal with that issue. Unless, of course, they want to come for us. So, you know what? I might as well send these guys off to take them down once they arrive in the battle. And everyone else, yeah, we're just going to go and get on into this Pontic heavy cavalry. Why ever not? You guys, go charge over there and you go deal with them. They are going to run potentially, but they will get involved in hand-to-hand, so we'll see if we can catch them here and get involved. Ooh, lots of javelins, but they'll hit a lot of their own men. It'll probably be fine. There are boulders flying around, which I don't particularly like, to be honest. Akhmos, you head over there. and hopefully we can go deal with them. I was supposed to get on top of these, but I actually kind of forgot about the fact that they weren't in the battle at that point, so there we go. Okay, Atmos over here, thank you very much. Get the Civians to join you. That'll be magnificent. Looks like they are, to some extent, running away anyway. That's good to see. And how are you guys doing, by the way? You might get yourselves in a spot of bother, but see if you can work your way out of it. You've got plenty of experience. You're the magic lads, so you'll probably be A-okay. They're running at the very sight of Atmos, as is pretty typical at this point of the campaign. Down goes their general, whoever he was. And we can now race our lads back up the hill. That'll be magnificent stuff. Get us reorganised over there. And looks like this cav has done it by itself anyway. Oh, absolutely marvellous. That's just good all around. Well done. It's amazing what the experience will do, really, isn't it? So yeah, pile on into the back of them. They are routing too. These guys are also going. And have we won? I think we've won. This army is quite funny. I love them. Right, Eastern Infantry need to go down. Atmos, you are... I was about to say, you're going to get yourself killed. No, he's fine. He's routed them anyway. So that's all absolutely saucy. I did see one unit run across the border. There are a few others escaping, so we might just have to finish the job in the city. But to be honest, that's absolutely fine. It'll be easy. Oh, another glorious victory. Who can argue with that? And oh, the Equite. That was beautiful. And with that, the gates are wide open for us. The people want Atmos to join them. Indeed, we will stroll on in. And we will name that city after our good friends. So yes, Equite were the best in that battle. So we will name this the city of Equite. Lovely stuff. And we'll build a road because apparently they never bothered doing that. We'll get some retraining on. That is magnificent stuff. I must say Perseus of Elis has been doing great work. He's picked up an exotic slave now. So all of the slaves, quite frankly. 63, he's still running around doing the work. I don't think he's going to survive this whole thing, by the way. But there are a fair few of our good friends, the Pontics, still around, which suggests that over here we should probably be getting on with this city here battle. So do we think this is going to go well with all the horse archers in the world? It might do. It might do. Didn't mean to do that. I actually meant to send you to join up so you can come and join the actual army. Let's head on in. Let's take these guys down. There is no tactic. There is just walking towards the enemy. And by walking, I mean shooting at them, obviously, as we go. But we are just doing a slow walk towards every one of them. Luckily, these random signs in the street don't do anything. But, yes, they will engage us a little bit. But we are essentially just telling everyone here to go and attack this guy. So we're going to go and get involved with him. That's the Eastern General, by the way. So whatever way you can attack him, just do it. It'll be fine, probably. Probably. He's going to absolutely tear us apart. We are sending missiles into our own men. It's fine. God will know his chosen people. Something along those lines anyway. And the anarchy will reign. And frankly, you really should be embracing the anarchy by now. Like this guy. This guy can join our army. Look at him, he's enjoying the anarchy of everything. Yeah, scythe your units on the plot. Oh, please go and scythe them down. That would have been fun. Anyway, he's in a silly position. I would say at this point, guys, how are we not killing this guy a bit more easily? Come on, everyone, plough on in, tear him asunder. There are so many corpses here. And I think I might have screenshot the general dying rather than the scene here. But hey-ho. It is absolutely magnificent. Down he goes, and we are just chasing them down now. And, okay, Eastern General in here. Yes, of course, there was a general left, wasn't there? So I'm just going to say, all missiles, just start shooting, really. Don't worry about actually, like, running on him properly. No. We'll just, yeah, we'll just get you to go and shoot them. And you can do some skirmishing if you want, but I'm not going to tell you to. Yeah, you know what, the front guys, you can do some skirmishing. Just give yourself a little bit of room. Everyone else can shoot them down in good time. It's going to be a massacre, but it's going to be funny. Well, there is a unit routing in here. God knows what's happening. I've never seen horse archers do this much hand-to-hand combat. Because they're in guard mode, they are shooting as much as possible if they're not physically the ones fighting. But sadly, some of them are wavering. Some of them are flying up in the air as they go. But we are slowly crunching our way through. All units, let's be attacking them. Let's be having you. Sheer violence and genius has led to victory, as the chariots have actually decided to go around the back and claim victory. But no, this is the end of Pontus. We will hunt them down and slice down every last one of them that doesn't want to join the anarchy. In fact, to be honest, we kind of just want their pyjamas, because my god, are they magnificent, particularly in this Pontic blue. So in we go. Let's see if the general gets himself killed as we run into the last few men. Yes, we're taking on... He is going to die! It is just a day of people dying, really, isn't it? Also people who are not the chosen ones. That is absolutely fine. We will take whatever deaths come our way here today. And there we are. He has not made it. He's a horse archer guy, and most of his horses are running away. He was not the chosen one. However, he will not be forgotten, for Philipatra has been conquered. We will enslave its people, and Pontus will be destroyed. It is heroic death for dictator, something like that. Anyway, Nicator, Philipatra Nicator. That's cool. I like it. In massive weird capitals, maybe not like that. Nicator. Excellent stuff. So there we go. He is dead, and the faction are destroyed. There's some lovely, delicious vengeance. And an awful lot of dead horses as well. So lasagna for dinner, of course. And now we await the final victory of the day, the Grand Battle of Tarsus. Oh, actually, before that, of course, there's so many random armies lying around. Dionysus, 8 experience Eastern General, has joined. Oh, he's a barbarian warlord. Oh, no. Okay, so is this the case for all of them? Yes. Now I'm really intrigued by this. I will sort this out for next episode and see if my little potential trick works, because I do have an idea of what this might be. So basically, like the general units in the game files, if you have multiple units that can be generals that have that particular attribute given to them, basically the one at the top, the higher up in the file, that one will become the general. I kind of used this when I did my chariot only. I say campaign, it was just one episode in the end. It was a bit tedious, but it was a fun one-off, if nothing else. Yes, on that one I utilised that a little bit, because we had some very, very silly things happening. And I think it might be the same thing here. I'm just going to guess of all the different warlords which are set up as slave, which is probably all of them. I am going to guess that one's at the top. Though quite why Athmos, maybe it works differently when it becomes faction destroyed to when they rebel, because Athmos flipped to us. He actually became a rebel, didn't he? So yes, interesting one. But yeah, we gained a few more generals along the way, and maybe, just maybe, they'll get to have some fun. But before we can finish up the Seleucids, we do have an extra battle with the Spanish, who have themselves Carlos over here, although he's kind of forgotten the L in his name. Over near Ostorica, they're going to take us on in the mountains. Oh, what a glorious, glorious battlefield area this one is. Now, in terms of the army itself, we are Hestartes ahoy. Not very much in terms of cavalry or missile, really. Just the general javelins here of Hestartes. They do have some bull warriors and some dogs, for Pete's sake. Okay, well, faction air, he's not very good. They do still have a general over in Carthago Nova, so we will have to finish them off next time. But for now, let's go and deal with this lad. In they come then, and they have themselves a very wide line here. It's a fun hilly battlefield. You don't get too many that are particularly mountainous in Rome Total War. This region, I normally point out the battlefield at the actual city itself, because it is quite a spectacular position. This is pretty darn nice though. We have a chunky hill to stand on here. Nice mountains in the background, a few forests. Next, they're actually going to put more men over on this side, which is the slightly weaker of the two, so maybe I'll just put these Iberians over to that part of the world. But in general, we've got plenty in terms of our actual infantry here, so we'll just speed this up as they get a little bit closer. Iberian infantry aren't going to last too long. We'll just lob some rocks at them. They'll probably run away. So these guys are, you know what guys, you can run away if you want. It's quite late in the day. But yeah, they're going to take me up on that offer. General's going to come in the middle, which is why you should pretty much always put your hoplites in the centre if you only have a few. Because yeah, the general does love to just go and kill himself, which is what he's doing right about now. Keep your phalanxes on, give him another poke, and that will probably be him done if we ever actually want to bother killing him. It does look like we're largely doing the job. Yeah. Oh dear, they're not doing much on the flanks either, are they? No, they're not. Spanish guys, get into the general, finish him off. And I'm going to say, to be honest, lads, we're just going to start running down the hill. Okay, very nice indeed. I'm just going to start pressing into them. They do have some bull warriors somewhere, not quite sure where they are. General, you might need to go and save those guys who are immediately going to be eviscerated. Yeah, they do have double armour. Down goes the general at last. Big bang there was from somewhere outside, but it was perfectly timed with the general's death, so I may forgive the neighbours on this particular occasion. It might not even be audible, but it was quite loud in my head. So we will continue to charge on forward, and it'll probably be fine when everyone just runs forward to their death down the hill, which is basically what we're currently doing. I like it. Turn yourselves around, that will be grand. And yes, a nice big mess, which is kind of suitable for this kind of a day here. We'll get the general to turn around. You guys can, turn around to finish these lads. And at this point, it's mostly just a case of telling people to run in certain directions. Somewhere in this battle were some bull warriors. Don't really know where they are, but they seem to be dead. And a pretty darn dominant victory, albeit quite a lot of deaths on our side. Not really sure where they came from. I don't know that I care. Well, as it turns out, they don't want to bother fighting over in Tarsus, and that will be the end of the Seleucids. No silly siege battle for us. Well, no silly Sally battle, I should say. So they'll be enslaved, and it's going to be similar over here in Lemonum, where, yes, of course, a good old army that's been heading out of... Oh, interesting. I sent that army one step out of the city. And it's now been put on attack. Yes, the army from Consolidating is out and about. This is a new army. Hello, random lads. Bunch of peasants. They're now dead. Okay, fine. So, as the turn ends, then hopefully we will get our message. Yes, indeed we shall. It is faction destroyed. So I'm going to turn down our music as we head into the outro. But the Seleucids have been destroyed. They kind of flattered to deceive, didn't they? They had some big scary looking armies early on, but they were, yes, just militia hoplites. They bled all of their cities dry. We're still trying to just about deal with that now. And yes, they never really put up much of a fight at all, did they? A little bit of a sad faction in all honesty. Consolidating's expanded, but we can't do anything about it unless we can flip the culture, and currently that hasn't happened, even though we have actually sent the lad over here from Carthage, but sadly no, that isn't going to do the job. So there we go. Right, well, next time, having this time finished off the vengeance on Pontus, the vengeance for Baga, and having dealt with the likes of the Seleucids after a long time, it's time to head on to the barbarian territories, okay, as well as Armenia. Armenia still exists as well. Ahmose the Great will be heading over in that direction. He's picked up some Pontic heavy cavalry because, yes, the Pontic settlements over in this part of the world. He's going to, yes, hop on the boat here and immediately plod up the coast here. And I'm going to dump us off just on the end so I can put down a watchtower as I go. Very nice. He's going to go head over. I'm not quite sure why we don't have visibility here, because I have tons and tons of spies. But we'll go have a little nosy around. So yes, as we can see, Armenia, yes, having stepped one step out, they're going to take us on because they fancy their chances with some cataract archers. Kind of fair enough, I suppose. But yes, we've got those guys to take care of. We do have horse archer armies. we have chariot armies. They are heading up to deal with Armenia, as well as this cavalry force of nonsense. So that's going to be that situation. Elsewhere, we do have the likes of Tertius and some of our good friends over here, Aaron, and some of the other Pontic lads are going to be heading north to deal with the likes of Sevilla and westward to deal with the likes of Dacia. We have our army here with some of our proper hoplites and the Doom mercenaries who are heading towards Quincum right now. That is absolutely marvellous. And as for all of this, well, both the Spanish towns are under siege. Numidia also went today. Yeah, they don't really count today. Numidia are also gone, and yes, we'll be heading north towards Gaul with the likes of Decimus the Wrathful, who wants vengeance for all of Castlevania's brutal sieges. So we will see all of that next time. And, well, I think there's probably 2 episodes left of this. Vimiskira, yes, it is potentially going to revolt. Absolutely magnificent. So hopefully you will join me for that. Someone's not managed to make it. Very, very sad for him. But now we'll leave you. I'm Thomas. This is Nerds to Human, and this has been the death of 4 factions. I think the death of 4 factions. Thank you very much, and tally-ho. Wellity. I'll be honest, luck is not on our side right now. So that's what our doctor's suggesting, to kill everyone apart from herself. Yes, I'm not very clever. That's what this is down to. More cannibalism! Woohoo! Was their suffocation death better than the injury death? Who's to say?